Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to bust the one single myth that has kept so many people in India from building real wealth. We're talking about the biggest lie in the world of investing.
All right, let me ask you something. How much money do you actually need to start investing? I ask people this all the time, and I always hear stuff like, oh, at least a lakh, or 50,000, or you need 10,000 rupees minimum. And that, right there, that's the exact thinking that kept our parents' generation playing it safe with FDs and gold, telling us the stock market is just a big casino.
And what's the result of that thinking? Well, just look at this. In India, a tiny 3.4% of people invest in stocks. I mean, compare that to China at 15% or the USA at a staggering 55%. This right here is a massive reason why the middle class in India often finds it so hard to get ahead. But you know what? All of that is about to change, and we're going to show you exactly how.
So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to expose that big lie. We'll show you how you can own a piece of a company like Apple for just 100 rupees. We'll get into why you should even think about US stocks, and we'll clear up all the confusion about taxes. Then we'll look at a cool new way to invest in metals, and finally, it's over to you.
Okay, let's dive right in and bust this myth once and for all. So, what's the biggest lie? It's that you need a ton of cash to get started. The truth? You can start today with just 100 rupees. Yeah, you heard that right. That's probably less than your last auto ride or what you spent on that Zomato order. And look, we're not talking about some tiny, obscure stocks either. With that same 100 rupee note, you can own a piece of the biggest, most powerful, and most profitable companies on the planet. I mean, Apple, Google, Tesla, these are companies you use every single day. So how on earth is that even possible? Well, the secret sauce, the magic behind it all, is a brilliant idea called fractional investing. It's actually super simple. You don't have to save up thousands of rupees to buy one whole expensive share anymore. Fractional investing lets you buy just a little slice of that share, a tiny piece. It's your ticket to the big leagues, letting you get in on the growth of these giant companies without needing a giant bank balance. I love this analogy because it just makes it all click. Okay, think about it like a pizza. A full share of a company like Apple, that's like the whole pizza. It might cost a lot, and you might not be able to afford the whole thing in one go. But hey, you can definitely afford one slice for $100, right? And over time, you can just keep buying more slices whenever you have a little extra cash, until eventually you own the whole pizza. It's the exact same idea with stocks. Okay, so now you know how you can do this with just $100. The next big question is, why? I mean, why should you, as an Indian investor, even look at stocks in the US? And let me be super clear. This isn't about ditching your Indian portfolio, not at all. It's about making it even stronger. There are some seriously powerful reasons. First, you get global exposure to companies that are household names all over the world. Second, you're tapping into the engine of innovation. We're talking AI, electric cars, the whole shebang. And third, you're diversifying your portfolio, which is a smart way to manage risk. Plus, there's a little bonus in it for you thanks to the strength of the US dollar. But forget the jargon for a second. Let's get real about your day. I mean, think about it. You wake up, what do? Grab your iPhone? That's Apple. Scroll through Instagram? That's Meta. Do a quick search for something? That's Google. You're probably working on a device running Windows, which is Microsoft. Whether you realize it or not, every single day, with every click you make, every app you buy, every subscription you pay for, you're sending your money to these huge American companies. You're helping build their bottom line. So, here's the question I want you to think about. Isn't it time you went from being just a customer to being an owner? For a change, isn't it time these companies started paying you back? Okay, let's talk about the one word that makes everyone nervous. Taxes. I know, it sounds super complicated, but trust me, it's way more straightforward than you've been led to believe. Let's just break it down. First things first, any profit you make, you pay tax on it right here in India, not in the US. Simple. Now, if you sell a stock in less than 2 years, any profit you make just gets added to your income and taxed at whatever your normal tax slab is. But if you hold on to it for more than 2 years, it becomes long-term and your profit is taxed at a nice, flat 12.5%, plus a little cess. See? That's it. All right, what about other stuff? You might have heard of something called TCS. The great news? For most of us, it's a big fat zero. You don't pay anything on fund transfers up to 10 lakhs a year. And what if you get dividends? Well, 25% gets held back in the US, but, and this is the important part, you can claim that exact amount back as a credit when you file your taxes here in India. So you never ever get taxed twice.
All right, let's shift gears to something I'm super excited about. We're going to talk about a whole new way to invest in the stuff that's literally building the future. And no, we're not just talking about gold and silver anymore. Just to set the scene, the metals market just came off an absolutely insane, record-smashing year. I mean, nearly every single major metal hit a record high. It was historic.
And wow, just look at these numbers. This really paints the picture. I mean, silver up 161%, platinum 146%, even good old gold pulled in a massive 66% return. We're talking about returns that are almost unheard of in just 1 year. So the big question is, why?
Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Each of these metals is plugged directly into a huge global trend. Gold is what everyone runs to when things get uncertain. Silver is essential for solar panels and electric cars. Copper, that's the backbone of the entire green energy revolution. And uranium is the fuel needed to power the massive energy needs of the AI boom. And the best part? You can invest in all of these through US-based funds that trade just like a single stock, making it incredibly easy. Whew. Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground, right? We've busted the biggest lie in investing. We've shown you how to own a piece of the world's greatest companies and the metals of the future. And you can start with just 100 rupees. So now the choice is yours. I want you to really think about this for a second. Picture yourself 5 years from today. You're at a fork in the road. Path A is the investor. You start small, maybe with just that 100 rupees today, and you let it grow. 5 years from now, you've built a real, diversified, global portfolio. Then there's path B, the thinker. You wait. You tell yourself you need to learn more, that you'll do it later, and 5 years from now, you're in the exact same spot, kicking yourself for not getting started. Look, at the end of the day, the choice is 100% yours. But if you take away just one thing from our chat today, let it be this. The biggest risk you face as an investor isn't that the market might go down. The absolute biggest risk is never starting at all.